Hey Gopher fans, welcome to the Maturi Pavilion. You're here with Caitlin Rayon and Jenny Lang. We'll be your hosts for this evening. Are you excited for the Intrasquad, Jenny?
Yes, we are really excited to see these Gophers come out here and show us what they got for the 2020 season.
Yeah, we've had a chance to look at them during practice, and they're on fire. I think they're only losing 2 or 3 routines from last year, and they have gained a big freshman class.
With some big skills. We'll see some high-flying things this season.
Yeah, I think they have a record number of girls on the team, too, 20.
20, yes.
Yeah, so a lot of depth.
Exactly, that's what we need.
And tonight's a little bit different than a normal meet. Of course, it's the Intrasquad, and so it's just the Gophers that are out here, but it's a really, really good opportunity for everyone on the team to dip their toes in the water at the beginning of season. Do you want to talk through what you felt in your past Intrasquad days?
Yes, definitely. So an Intrasquad is so great, especially for these freshmen too. They kind of get to feel the rundown and what meets are going to feel like here in the PAV, and get to see, even the walkout, the cheer, where we stand, how we kind of do things here. And then for the returning gymnasts, it's just a good thing to brush off those competition dustings and, get back into the swing of things. And these girls have been practicing for, 4 months now, and it's finally time to show off their hard work. So this is the time to get it out there and kind of show it off.
Yeah. I think we'll have, normally it's 6 gymnasts up in 5 scores count, but they put as many people up on each event that are able to compete at Intrasquad, like you said, just so they can get the experience in case they are in the lineup. And so we'll have 8 people on vault, 9 on bars, 8 on beam, and 10 people on floor. So a night full of gymnastics.
Ready for it.
A little bit of background on us. We were both past Gopher gymnasts. I graduated in 2017.
And I graduated in 2015.
Yeah.
So a little bit ago.
Yeah. We are old gymnasts now.
We were just talking about that.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think that we did this once upon a time. What these girls do, and they do so well, is just amazing. So it's awesome to see.
Yeah, really excited to get this new blood in here. So we'll be starting on vault tonight in the normal home meet rotation. You want to walk through the lineups real quick?
Yes. So starting on vault, we'll have Hallie Remlinger. Then we're going to Tiari Sales, Ali Sonier, Kristen Craglia, Maddie Quarles, Lexi Ramler, Paige Williams, and ending with Anna Loper.
Yeah, so right now the Gophers are just in their 4-minute touch. And so what kind of happens is right before the meet, they're here on each event for 15 minutes doing their full warm-up. And then they go into the locker room, do their cheers, go in their competition gear, and come back out, do the whole march in with the fog machines and the sparkles and the video, and then they come back out and just touch the event. So they get 2 vaults just to make sure they're warm, and then ready for competition time. And a lot of the vaults that we'll be seeing tonight are what we call your Chenko fulls, and those start at 995 now, so the judges will deduct off of there. But the Gophers will be debuting a few Yurchenko 1.5s. I know for sure we'll see one from Anna Loper and Lexi Ramler.
Yes.
And maybe one of the new freshmen. I'm not sure yet.
We'll see.
Judges will be assisted by the young gymnasts from our Minnesota Gopher Junior Camp. Please give them a big warm welcome. Thank you for helping out in tonight's meet.
Something that we can look for on these vaults is the block off the table, getting that nice strong block and that lift and seeing the shape of the flip as they're going through it. So that's something that the judges will kind of look for when they're scoring these vaults.
Yeah, and distance from the table. I think that's really important to make sure that, they get the height.
And then that landing, we can't forget about that stick, excuse me.
Yeah. I know that's one thing the team has been honing in on this year is finding those landings. They do a lot of drills off the vault, a lot of like competition sets within practice.
And I remember when I was an athlete doing a lot of visualization. You know, sometimes you can't do as many numbers as you used to be able to, or whatever the reason is, but visualizing really, really helped. Going through the whole vault, beginning to end, how you feel, how your arms should be, everything, and looking for that landing. So that's something I know that Jenny Hansen really hones in on the girls is visualization.
Yeah, I really agree with you. That helped a lot for me too. And those cue words.
Yes, loved them.
Yeah, we joke about all the keywords that we used to use, but they actually help so much, especially on beam.
Yes, my husband actually would kind of make fun of them because I had them around my room when I was in college, and I put some up on my mirror sometimes. But sometimes you just need those things to like get through whatever you're trying to do, like goals that we're setting for 2020. Or
Yeah.
we have like our keywords or goals, what we're going to do for this year too. So, you know, it transfers over into real life as well as just gymnastics.
I remember the coaches encouraging us to put it on the ceiling above our dorm bunk bed.
Oh, really? That's
and so I had my goals on the ceiling. So I woke up in the morning, I was like, there it is.
Hello, goals.
Yes. So, Alfie, if you're hearing this, I was very dedicated to those goals.
She followed what you asked of her, yes.
So it looks like we're about to finish up the time warm-up here. 1.5 minutes left. The Gophers are looking good. And normally in dual meets, they alternate between vault and bars. And like I said before, they're all one team tonight. And so they're just having 8 people go on vault. And so both of the judges are over here. How the judging works is that one of the they both give a score, and then if there's any discrepancy between the score, they average it. And if it's more than 2/10 of discrepancy, that's when they quote conference. Basically, the judges just talk to each other and see, like, am I missing something? Is there something that you counted that I didn't? And then they decide from there on what the score is going to be. I know gymnastics scoring can be a little confusing and subjective, so we'll try to guide you through that tonight. The crowd's getting rowdy here. We actually have a big crowd for an Intrasquad, which is really exciting.
It's great to see.
I know they have a lot of young gymnasts here doing the Gopher Kids camp before, so that's really fun to get some younger kids excited about potentially maybe doing college in their future.
And they get to hang out with the Gopher gymnasts, so that's amazing. You know,
Yeah.
Getting people here in the PAV is always something that we strive for, and we'll get to see their routine that they've been practicing and learned from the Gophers, so that'll be very fun to see at the end of the meet.
Yeah, I was always excited for that, to see they work on the routine all day today, and then they do it at the end of the meet, like Jenny said, and it's really, really cute. They all have little matching leotards. Looks like we're about set for competition time. We're going to be starting off with freshman from Winona, Minnesota, Hallie Remingler.
And we were watching Hallie as she was warming up, and she is a powerful athlete, so she is somebody we're definitely going to be watching for this season.
All right, Gopher fans, first up on ball, makes noise for Hallie Remlinger.
Starting off with a huge Uchenko full and a great stick. That was a good start for the Gophers.
That was great. She must be happy about that. First vault in a college setting.
Yes, first one.
That's a pretty coveted spot to have a freshman start you off for your 2020 season.
It is. That first spot is always a little bit more stressful because you have to set the tone. So that's really good that they found somebody that they can rely on to really set the tone for this vaulting squad.
Yeah. I know both you and I were first up on events when we were gymnasts.
Yes, that coveted role.
Yeah. But I know we both really liked it, though.
Yes. You kind of accept the challenge. You put it on your shoulders like, I really need to start the team off. Oh, and we have Tiare Sales here with another huge Yurchenko layout full. A little short on that landing, but still a really good shape throughout the whole full.
Yeah, it looked like she was just trying for that stick a little bit too hard and opened up just a little too early.
Yeah.
I think she would have rounded out a little bit more.
And that's where you kind of want to get those jitters out here. This is a great spot to like practice your flare, spotting, everything. So that was a really good vault from her.
Yeah, and get used to these competition mats. They are way harder than they look. They hurt the ankles if you land short. We have Allie Sonier, a sophomore from Sussex, Wisconsin, up third.
So Jenny Hansen is giving some last few words of wisdom before she goes. Wow, the Gophers are just rocking these Yurchenko fulls. That was 4 for 4 stuck, I would say, or 3. Goodness. I just feel like they are really nailing these vaults, and that's amazing.
Yeah. Looks like they're really honing in on their landings, which is great for the first meet of the season.
And that just shows their training that they've been doing all preseason, so that's awesome to see.
Yeah, the Gophers have been here since June, training, conditioning, and now is their time to shine. So they're ready for the season. We have senior Kristen Qualia up fourth on vault. She has been pretty steady in the vault rotation her whole 4 years here. Wow, great stick.
That was great. And that's the energy we used to see from her in the first roll. So that she was starting off with the Gophers last couple seasons. So she just has a bunch of energy that she brings with her gymnastics, and it's so great to see. And we can see it on the replay.
Nice.
She fought for that landing. That is so amazing.
That's that senior experience. We have a redshirt freshman, Maddie Quarles from Minnesota, up second. Saw her in the warm-ups and looks like she gets some pretty good height off this vault. Yeah, one of those freshmen going for the 1.5. It looks like her hand slipped, and that's why she didn't get the block off the table she normally gets.
But you can tell that she has such a beautiful line throughout the air, and she was trying to save that landing. But, you know, if we're going to do it in the inner squad. Not a lot of pressure, so good practice for her. She'll get back in the gym and figure it out for next time.
Yeah, coaches are not too worried about that one.
But that just shows the depth that this Gopher team has, that they have, now they'd have 3 1.5s? That's amazing.
Speaking of 1.5s, we have Lexi Ramler up. Lexi Ramler is a junior from St. Michael, Minnesota, and she is a powerhouse for the Gophers. She qualified to the NCAA Nationals as an individual last year, and I believe placed second in the all-around, which is incredible.
It is. So we'll be seeing big things from her this year again.
Next up on vault, make some noise for Lexi Ramler.
Wow.
Huge block off that table. Great form throughout. And she was a little off on her landing, but she saved it, so the judges don't see that. We're at like a special angle or a different angle, so we can probably see it better than them. But that shows, again, her experience with honing in
Yeah.
those landings and saving it.
And look, you can see that her feet are glued together the entire time. Her knee's a little bit bent towards the end, but I know she'll clean that right up. And that's one thing that girls often do in 1.5 is they cross their feet.
Yes.
And Lexi keeps them, and her toes pointed the entire time.
Beautiful toe point.
Her
Let's
toe
talk about
point-
that toe point.
Her toe point's so beautiful. Every season, I'm like, wow. I wish my toes would go half that far. We have senior Paige Williams from Texas up. What number are we on now? 7?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a little wonky that it's different that we not have 6. Now we have 8 tonight. But yeah, so Paige has an absolutely huge Yurchenko full.
Massive. She
Yeah.
flares out, so watch for that. It's kind of, after she finishes her twist, she's going to put her arms out and kind of like soar like Superman all the way to
Yeah.
that landing. So definitely watch for that.
But first, we're going to make some noise for Paige Williams.
Wow.
Huge. Again, huge. And she will hone in on that. You know, she's got so much power, so much excitement, probably first meet of the season. So we've seen her nail that vault and
Yeah.
not worried at all.
No, it looks like she piked down just a tad maybe to find
Yeah.
that landing.
Yep.
I thought she could have done another full twist.
Honestly, she is so high.
Yeah, that'll probably be a 3/10 deduction for the landing.
Yeah, I would think.
Typically, it's a 10th per step, and when you have one of those like big steps back where it looks like you're not in control, that's what the judges look for, is your landings are in control.
Our final vaulter for the evening. Make some noise for Anna Loper.
This is Anna Loper, a junior, ending with a 1.5. Ooh. She had to sit that one down. Normally, she is sticking those.
Yeah.
So, just a little off tonight.
But you can tell that vault is huge, and
Yeah.
we saw her in warm-ups, and she was nailing them. So, again, something good to get it out of the way now, kind of like dust that, or get that dust off and move on. It's good practice, too, to kind of overcome adversity, you know, a little bit. But overall, I would say this is a strong vault lineup. I think this is the strongest lineup I've seen in a
We are back with the second rotation. Gophers are just finishing up their time warm-ups on bars. We'll run through our bar lineup. We have 9 girls that are going to be competing tonight, starting with freshman Holly Remingler again, and Casey Betts, Lexi Montgomery, Kristen Qualia, Hannah Wilmarth, Anna Loper, Chiari Salas, Lexi Ramler, and Ivy Liu. They are stacked on bars.
They are. Bars is another event that they're coming in really stacked, and they were very strong last year. So I know getting into this lineup is going to be very difficult for the newcomers because they're just so dynamic and they swing big on bars. So that's really awesome to see.
I know their last 2, Ramler and Liu, are
Near perfection.
near perfection on bars. I believe Ivy has gotten a 10 on, no, gotten a 10 on beam.
We did, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we thought that. I thought that last year too, but because she is so good and so precise on bars, I believe she should have already gotten a 10.
Yeah.
And if she doesn't get it this season, I would honestly be surprised.
Yeah, she's gotten 9975, which means one judge gave her a 10, the other gave her a 995. So she was very close. But yeah, I think this is her senior year.
Yep.
Time to get it.
It's going to happen.
Yeah. And normally they have Kristen Qualia starting them off on bars. That's how it's been the last 2 or 3 years. And she's further down in the lineup, so they have some more newcomers coming in and adding to the depth of the Gopher bar lineup.
Which is great to see.
Yeah, I know Rich, the bar coach, has really honed in on details and handstands. They're just finishing up what we called the huggle.
Loved it. So yeah, we can talk about what they kind of talk about in the huggle. So the coaches kind of say some last few things. So you can see Rich talking in. Oh, you can't see him yet, but he's just giving the last few words to the girls, and then the huggle is usually led by the seniors or the upper class, and they kind of just remind the girls to, fight for those handstands and fight for every single thing on bars, and just reminds them what they've been practicing since June.
Yeah, to stay confident and stay aggressive. I think that's one of the most important things, at least I found in competition, is staying aggressive and doing things like you're very comfortable and like you've done this a million times because you have done this.
Because you have, yes, exactly.
1 million times. So Hallie is just talking to Rich right now and about to start off her routine. I'm excited to see what she has. Hallie is also from Minnesota, I think, like we talked about on vault. And there's an impressive amount of Minnesota girls on this team. Normally there's people coming from all around the country, and so it's good that we have
some homegrown athletes.
Yeah, homegrown athletes.
And we're starting off with a beautiful handstand. Huge. Looked like she kind of kicked the mat on that.
Good start so far. Just gearing up for this dismount. Little step there. It looks like she might be upgrading that. I'm not sure. Normally, if they do a double back, they do a giant full in front of it. But really solid start for the Gophers. I think she'll be happy with that. Her first bar routine in college.
Definitely. She looked very confident.
We have senior Casey Betts up second. Casey has had quite a few injuries in her college career, and so excited to see her back her senior season.
Next up on bars for the Gophers, Casey Betts.
Casey also starts with that major release.
Beautiful handstand. Straight
Right.
to the low bar.
Yeah, good bail to handstand.
She is nailing these handstands. It's awesome to see. Finishing up with a big dismount. Great routine from Casey.
Yeah, nice work. I think her chest a little bit down on that dismount, which caused her to take that hop. But like we said, she'll get that honed in. We have Lexi Montgomery up third. Lexi is a junior from Texas. I think she saw a little bit of action on bars last year, and excited to see her tonight in this Intrasquad.
Next up on bars for the Gophers, Lexi Montgomery.
Good first handstand there. It's a giant half to a straddle Jaeger, straight into a shoot over. It's a really good connection bonus. She does a really difficult dismount, double front. Found that landing.
Very good routine from her. She's happy with that.
Yeah. I think she just needs to work on those handstands a little bit more, but really solid rhythm through the routine, really good connection.
That major release, straddle Jaeger directly to the overshoot was beautifully executed. Her legs did not come apart on that overshoot, which is common sometimes, so that was really good to see.
Yeah, that dismount is pretty rare and especially difficult because you don't see the landing.
It's completely
at all.
blind, yep.
Sometimes you are like, whoa, I'm a lot higher than I thought I was, and then you over-rotate to your face, or you under-rotate and land on your butt.
Yeah.
So. We have senior Kristen Qualia up fourth. She does the same mount as Lexi did over the low bar. Pretty similar routine, actually, the Jaeger to shoot over.
Yes, and then just a little bit different dismount, so we'll see her doing the double back dismount.
Mm-hmm. A little bit about scoring in general. So the gymnasts start at a 9.5 and have to get 5/10 of bonus to get that 10.0 start value. And basically every single routine you see in college will have that 10.0 start value, excluding those Yurchenko full vaults. But so that's where the judges work down from, is that 10.0, and then they start deducting from there anything that they see wrong.
Yes, any form deductions that they see, or rhythm deductions.
For the Gophers, Kristen Qualia.
Great first handstand.
Nice pike Jaeger to the low bar, or pike Jaeger to shoot to the low bar.
Nice. She found that landing.
Beautiful routine.
We have Hannah Wilmarth up now, and she's a junior from Boulder, Colorado. Hannah does a beautiful release move on bars. And here we get to see Kristen's dismount again, and that nice stuck landing. Just kidding. Rich is just giving Hannah a few pointers, talking about the keywords before she goes.
All right, Gopher fans, next up on bars, Hannah Wilmark.
Huge release move.
She has really nice lines on bars, good toe point. A little short on that handstand, but nice stalled her to double back and stuck the landing.
That, I think, was a new combination for her. So that is really exciting to see, and you can see that
Yeah.
the team was excited for her.
You could tell, you could just tell when things are new for gymnasts because their team, when they make it, they just explode.
Get so excited. But that's awesome to see that even as a senior, you know, she's working on new things to make herself better and help the team in the long run. So that's awesome to see. And we can see that on a replay. Oh, nope, this is the first half of the routine. Oh, that is not her. So I'm not sure what's going on here.
Maybe some technical difficulties. Yeah, but really solid routine. We have Tiari Salas up next. Tiari has a really dynamic routine.
She does.
She does
She
a
has
Horkina.
a very special release move, which is
Yeah.
a Horkina. Got it right this year. We had a little bit of issues with it last year, but we got it nailed down this year.
Yeah, there's just so many to remember.
There is.
And 18 years of gymnastics just clobbered up in your mind. But yeah, she not many college gymnasts do it, and so it's pretty fun to watch.
It is. Kind of want to talk about the pit crew that Rich has on bars. You know,
Yeah.
all the girls that are helping move the mats. I don't know if you can see them, but they are on Johnny on the spot with all these mats moving it. Whatever they need, those girls have
Yeah.
the athletes back. So that's really cool to see.
It's really important too to make sure everything's out of the way and where it needs to be at the moment. Just nailing those first two handstands.
I love how aggressive she is.
Ooh, a little too aggressive, I think, that time.
Yep. But she's going for it, and we talked about that. This
Right.
is where we get all those little things out, and we know she can do her handstands. They're obviously beautiful. So
Yeah.
just adding something else into her cue words to make sure she stays on the right side of the bar.
Yeah, I think I remember the coaches talking about was we would rather you make mistakes of going too aggressive
Yes.
than consistently being short.
Mhm.
And so that's where she'll find that. Oh, shouldn't go that much. Should go a little bit less, but here she goes for her Horkina.
That
Beautiful.
was huge. You can see her get a good height over the bar.
She ends here with a double layout, which is one of those E dismounts, and nails the landing.
That's going to be a strong routine.
Yeah. It's always impressive when gymnasts have a break in the routine, a fall. I mean, obviously you don't account for those things, but you do practice them. But then how they can still continue going with the routine like nothing happened.
Shows
'cause-
their mental strength.
Right, and honestly, every single 10th counts. Like, you don't know what's going to happen at the rest of the lineup, and so it's your job to make sure that you don't give anything else up.
Yes. And here's the pit crew rearranging the bar sets for Lexi Ramler.
Yeah, Lexi was an elite, so I believe she uses fig settings.
Yes.
Versus everyone else has the bars a little bit further out.
Next up
Lexi has 2 major releases, a Spashnikova and a Spash half. Here she is with Spashnikova, straight into a pack. Beautiful combination. This goes into her Spash half. A toe on, toe off, straight into a full in, full out. Wow.
Beautiful.
You know she was training a Spashnikova full, which is called a Rambler.
Yes, that is so crazy.
Yeah.
A skill named after you.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I saw them in practice and at the Meet the Team event, and it was amazing. Like, it was 1 to have a skill named after you, and 2 for the skill to be like that difficult. Yeah, it was really impressive. So hopefully she pulls it out this season.
That would be so fun.
Yeah. We have Ivy Lou, a blast on bars. Ivy does the same release move as Lexi does. And Ivy is a senior from Montreal, Quebec.
Next up for the Gophers on bars, Ivy.
Nice Spashnikova, straight into a pack. And a Spash half. Ivy ends here with a double layout. It's a little short. Normally she nails that.
Normally it's
Yeah.
massive.
So a few tenths there on that landing, and maybe just a half tenth for a short last handstand. That's the only deduction I see.
Yep, I would agree.
Yeah.
And that concludes our second rotation.
But great rotation.
Another strong, rotation for the Gophers. They are going to be a force to reckon with this year. They are just very, very strong and have huge depth.
Yeah. I'm interested to see who will make those 6 coveted spots.
It'll be tough for the coaches to pick that lineup.
Yeah. We're going to take a short break before we head to our third rotation, the balance beam. So we have Allie Sonier starting the Gophers off. She was a stronghold in the beam lineup last year. Starts here with her series, back handspring layout. It's a very minor balance check, probably a half tenth. Wonderful full turn. You'll see every gymnast doing a full turn or a variation of a turn all night. And you'll see everyone do a series, which was her back handspring layout step out. A few of them will do triple series. And that's her single skill, a standing layout. Much harder than it looks.
Very difficult.
Gymnasts have a reputation for making things look easy, and they're not, to say the least. But she does a really cool dismount right here. Back handspring, 1 arm back handspring to a beautiful 1.5 Stuck landing.
That was a beautiful start-off routine. She looked completely confident, not fazed by anything, and it was a huge routine.
I hope she starts off beam the rest of the season.
Yes.
She does a really good job in that position.
Very steady, consistent performer.
Second on beam, they have senior Ivy Liu. Ivy's routine is stunning.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
She's literally been perfect.
Yeah,
She's had a
she
10-0.
has gotten a 10 on beam. Geraldine's just talking to her again, going over those keywords, a little bit last-minute confidence builder. I think Jared the only thing she would say to me before beam was, "You got this," and then give knucks and go.
And go. She's
Yeah.
confident in you.
Yeah.
She knows.
She knows.
Next up on beam for the Gophers.
Geraldine herself was
Phenomenal
probably
gymnast.
dozens
One
of
the best.
time All-American gymnast at Alabama and was an elite, so she knows her stuff. Ivy starts here with her series, the back handspring layout step out.
Perfect.
Nice hitch kick to switch half. Get some connection bonus there. Again,
that perfect 180 too as well.
right. Judges are looking for that, and they're looking for connections that have no break in them. If they do, they often lose those bonus points, which causes their start value to be lower.
Yes. Beautiful side summy.
Watch how aggressive she is here on her dismount. Wonderful routine.
All she's got to work on is that honing in that landing, and I would have given her a 10. It was beautiful.
Yeah, it was wonderful. They have Anna Loper up third. Never mind, I think this is where the glitch in the lineup. We have Mary
yes.
Corlin Downs up third. Mary is a redshirt senior right here in Minnesota.
She has a very cool mount, so definitely watch
Yeah.
for that.
I believe that's new this year.
It is, yes.
It's fun. I was always one to just want to get up on the beam safely,
Yes.
you know,
Start.
and then get a
On a high
little
note.
wild. Yeah, but I like how she just goes straight for it. Says, "I'm going to
Getting
show off
after it.
right here."
Yes. They were showing Ivy's turn there on the replay, and she can do a double turn, which is very difficult.
Yeah.
And I've seen her nail that too. So
Mhm.
she just has all these tricks up her sleeve that she can pull out. Help the team get a high score.
Next up for the Gophers, let's make some noise for Mary Corlin Downs.
There's that mount. Very cool. Showing off her flexibility and strength, because that is very difficult.
Yeah,
Hold
really.
your
It's
leg.
really hard.
Yeah. Very impressive.
I think mine would be at a 90-degree angle. It's a nice back handspring layout series. Stuck perfectly, straight legs. And a beat jump, split jump to a ring jump, which I think is new this year. That's fun. Those are especially difficult because you lift your head back, and so you have your eyes off the beam for a little while, which can get dicey. She has really nice presence on beam. She looks out into the crowd
Aerial layout full dismount. Beautiful routine.
Yeah. Geraldine will be very happy with
Very
that
happy.
one.
Yeah, and you can tell she's a seasoned competitor because she just looks so poised out there and just like, yeah, I'm doing my routine. I know how to do this.
Yeah. She's
I
definitely
do
a
this
beamer.
every day. Yes.
And that's the only routine event she does. And so she does it very, very
Specialist.
well.
Yeah, she does.
They have Tiari Salas up after Mary. And Tiari has a fun routine. Also one of those gymnasts has a real presence on the beam. Looks like she's enjoying herself. That's one thing I think like sets gymnasts apart in college too. If you look like you're having fun on beam competing, it makes the judges think you're just
She's got
oozing
this.
confidence,
Yes.
you know? Tiari is a sophomore from Nevada, a fellow Region 1er.
Next up on beat for the Gophers, Tiara Salas.
Here we have another fun mount. I love that she's looking at the crowd, like Caitlin was saying earlier. Shows confidence.
She has a triple series here. Back handspring, back layout. Like how she danced right into it. Cover up that slight wobble. Hopefully the judges didn't see that. Beautiful switch side there.
She keeps moving. That's great to see. Great practice.
Yeah, good rhythm. Because you do get a deduction if you stay too long before a skill, or you have what they call a rhythm break. Nice dismount right there. Gainer pike off the beam, stuck it. Good routine.
That was a great routine. And it's quick. She gets on, she does
Yeah.
her thing, and then she gets off.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
I know she hits a lot of the requirements in that triple series.
Yes. Huge. Huge pass.
They have Lexi Ramler up next. Lexi is absolutely stunning on beam. I cannot say enough about her gymnastics, but her beam especially, she just glides throughout. Her toe point's great. Her presence
She makes
and
it look
showmanship.
easy. Yep.
Yeah.
Next up for the Gophers, Lexi Ramler.
Back handspring layout step out. Nailed it. Perfect.
Beautiful front aerial straight into a wolf jump. Nice connection bonus right there. We see another one of those ring jumps.
She takes her eyes off the beam for just a moment, but she was perfectly on.
Wow,
Another solid routine.
that was good. Really, really good. Crowd thinks so too. And their "Let's Go Gophers" chant. We have Caitlin Higgins up next after Lexi.
Caitlin is a sophomore from Walworth, Wisconsin.
We didn't see her much in the beam lineup last year, and so I think that's good to see her out here tonight, getting some experience in front of the crowd.
So the judges are working on the scores. So we're just waiting for them to give the final okay to go.
And although the Gophers aren't competing against anyone tonight, the scores are obviously still really important because it lets the coaches know about where they are at with their routines. Looks like Caitlin does the same amount as Mary. That's fun.
That is fun. And is a knee cartwheel. That is actually very difficult, so very cool.
Nice sheep jump. I don't see those very often in college. It's fun.
Again, one of those difficult skills because you take your eyes off the beam just for a moment, but that's enough to knock some people off. Beautiful series.
A great routine from Caitlin.
That was
Has
very
a nice back handspring gainer dismount. I really like that sheep jump in the beginning. Those are really unique. And we're finishing off with freshman Hallie Remingler on beam.
And I'm excited to see this routine. Finishing with a freshman on beam, that says something. That speaks to the athlete's abilities on this event. That's really good to see.
Yeah, Hallie will be competing on all 4 events tonight, so that's really exciting as a freshman to be getting that experience. Maybe we'll see her as an all-arounder this season.
I
It'll be
hope
quite an
so.
accomplishment.
On the defender on beam, let's hear it for Hallie Remlinger.
A little off there on her series. How to take a fall, which falls are 5/10 deductions. Straight into her aerial, which will count for her single skill. And a switch leap into a straddle quarter. I think she probably won't get that connection bonus, so she'll just have to work on speeding that up a little bit more, which I'm sure she does all the time in practice. Nice 1.5 dismount.
Otherwise, a strong routine.
Yeah, I'd agree. It's nice to get those nerves out tonight and come out the next meet killing it.
Yes. And another strong rotation for the Gophers. They are just cruising through.
Gopher fans, get on feet for the Minnesota Rouser.
we'll run through just the top scores on our last 2 rotations, vault and bars. Our top score on vault was Lexi Ramler with a 9.825, and our top score on bars was, again from Lexi Ramler, a 9.825. And we will keep you updated with the beam scores as they come in, and the Gophers are about to start their touch warm-up on floor. We will see you soon in the 4th rotation. I think the fans will also get to see a lot of newly choreographed routines by Geraldine Stack-Eaton. Stanger.
Always fun. New season, get to see
Yeah.
the new routines. I love seeing the new routines out there.
Yeah, she does an awesome job. And some new tumbling. I know we have a full in, which will be the first time in a really long time, I think, that the PAV will see a full in from a Gopher gymnast. A full in is a full twisting double back, and it's an E skill, so they get, I think, 2/10 bonus just from doing that. And we'll see, of course, all of their teammates lined up on the sidelines doing their routine with them. That was one of my favorite parts. I had this one little part where I walked towards my team, and I would always give them a little smile, and they would give me a little smile.
Look back and give you a little look.
Yeah.
Oh, fun.
It was really, really fun.
Gophers, Caitlin Higgins.
So Caitlin Higgins is going to be starting the Gophers off on the floor.
She starts off with a front double twist, which is a very hard tumbling pass. Did it perfectly.
Yeah, that's an E, which is the same valuation as that like double layout or a full twist and double back. Nice switch side to a straddle full. Good connection bonus right there. Again, the judges are looking for 180 split.
Nice 1.5 punch layout. Showing it off here. Finishing up strong with a really big Rudy.
So we'll hop out of it. That'll probably be a 10th or 2 deduction.
There's a fun little combination.
That is fun. I like that. Great start for the Gophers.
We have a great crowd here in the pavilion. You can hear them cheering. We got flags. We got patriotic pants for the Gophers. It's awesome to see.
Yeah, I know a lot of the parents wear these like striped,
overalls?
like
Or are they
overalls.
pants?
They have pants and overalls and
got
shorts,
options.
just in case
you
it gets
need options.
warm in Minnesota in February. You know.
Coach Jenny giving some last few words of encouragement.
Up on floor for the Gophers,
Mallory Leneve is up now for the Gophers. She's a freshman from Lee Summit, Missouri.
Starting off with a punch Rudy, which is a 1.5.
Switch ring to a switch half. Fun floor music. See her teammates and Alfie getting into it. Punch fold to a pike, from pike. Going into her last pass here. Gonna be ending with a double back. Good ending. You saw that Rich was out there. Sometimes they do that during the inter squad just to make sure that the girls are safe and
Keep them healthy.
yeah, this is the first meet that's not even a meet, so
We don't want to have any unnecessary injuries, so that's a great thing that he
Right.
just came in here and just made sure everything was good.
yeah. So a great start from Mallory. She should be happy with that for her first routine out.
I can remember as a Gopher athlete going into floor, it was always my favorite when we were at home because floor you can just put it all out there and really show it off. You didn't have to worry about anything, and I know floor was one of your best events, and you were an anchor, so you can kind of attest to that as well.
Yeah, I loved going out on floor. I think I got a lot better at showing off my routines in college versus club, and it was always a lot of fun. Especially ending on floor, that's that home rotation is the home team always gets to end on floor. Gets the crowd going and your team going. Great double pike there from Carson. Just probably a little bit too much power, kind of bounced back a little bit, a tenth or two. The judges, in order to get no deduction on your landing, you have to stick and then lunge out in the direction in which you were moving. So in that case, backwards. A nice double front layout right there. Layout. She ends here with a double back.
Beautiful double back. Rich again just stepped in just for safety precautions. She definitely didn't need that, but that was a great routine.
Yeah, ending with a double back is difficult. I think people don't realize how out of breath you are on these floor routines. I mean, the goal is to make it look easy and that you're fresh going into your third pass, but you're not. And
You've been showing it off,
yeah.
You've been tumbling, you've been turning, leaping, all of that.
You're like smiling while sprinting for a minute and a half.
Yes.
And the gymnasts do a ton of endurance and conditioning to get themselves in shape to do floor routines. I know a big favorite of our coaches was to do like mat pushes with weights on them, and instead of tumbling, you would just push mats across the floor. And that was harder than an actual floor routine.
It was definitely way more difficult. I would rather just do my floor routine.
I think I'd rather do a floor routine.
Most points.
Or we would do a floor routine and then
with
mat pushes.
pushing. Yes.
Yeah, so.
Next up, we have Casey Betts.
Casey's a senior this year. Excited to see her back on the floor. Starts here with a full front layout. Cool torchete into a tuck 1.5. And an illusion. I never figure out how to do that. I always wanted to.
They're very difficult.
Casey does her double back right here. Great landing.
Beautiful.
Great routine by Casey. She only does 2 passes, but she fulfills all of her requirements in those 2, plus that extra leap pass there at the end.
Very strong routine from Casey.
So up next we have Ali Sonier. I really like Ali's routine. It's like fun and techno, and yeah, it's cool.
A little bit sassy too.
Yeah. Back, her chest was up.
Definitely.
Starts with a split 1.5. Let's get some good bonus right there.
It's a very difficult jump.
Yeah, it is.
Huge double pike. That was gorgeous.
I like how she kind of like whips it back. She has a good set. Nice switch side. So again, a split full.
Giving the judges some eye contact. A little sassiness, I'm liking it. That was a great second pass.
And a great back 1.5 to a front layout. Really solid landing. What a great routine. Solid landings throughout.
She's a very consistent competitor for
Yeah,
them.
definitely. Yeah, in these routines, you'll see that every gymnast has, we'll be showing like a 180 split, whether that's a switch side or a switch half or a torchete. And you'll see every gymnast doing a backwards and forwards tumbling pass. I know sometimes they will do, like for instance, Allie's last tumbling pass is a back 1.5 to a front layout. That still counts as your front requirement.
Your forward motion, yes.
Yeah. I remember me personally was not the biggest fan of front tumbling, and so I would do a double back at the same pass as Allie as the last pass and a double pike.
I did that as well.
Yeah, Tiari Salas on floor, another fun routine. She has a lot of personality in this routine. I like it a lot. That double pike right there. Looks like she opened out a little bit too early and did, I don't know what we call
Another
that.
jump.
It's just like another.
Just had
Yeah, we'll
all
probably
that
get
energy.
a 210 deduction on that.
A little bit low with her chest on that Rudy, but brought it up quickly. This is a fun routine. I'm loving this. Oh. Gonna finish up strong here.
Yeah, I didn't quite get enough power to do, I think, the third pass she meant to, but she will. I'm sure she does it just fine in practice. Will do it well next competition.
I love her choreography. It shows her personality. She really shows it off well. So it'll be really fun to see her hone in all of her tumbling and then show it off how we know she can.
Yeah. They have Hallie Remingler up next on floor. Hallie does that full in.
That we were talking about.
Yeah, we have
Excited to see it.
Yeah, we have 10 girls competing tonight on floor.
Again, showing their depth and just the talent that this team has. pike out.
It's just a pike pull in too, which is even harder. Nice 1.5 to a front layout. She has a lot of presence for a freshman. I love it. She knows how to work this floor already.
Showing it off for her teammates over there in the corner, gearing up for her last pass. A little second-guessed herself on that landing, but she totally had it.
Yeah.
Again, you can tell her presence is there, and she'll just, as the season moves along, will perfect all of that. But I'm very impressed with this freshman.
Yeah, me too. I think I remember my first time out every year for Intrasquad. You kind of forget how hard a floor routine is in the PAV, and just like under that competition, those extra nerves, you kind of lose your breathing pattern a little bit.
Adrenaline's going,
Yeah.
exactly. You have to be able to work with that and then also do everything you know how to do and show it off, exactly.
Yeah, you have to like balance how
Much to give.
How much to give while still breathing.
Yes.
And making sure you have enough energy for that last pass. So they have Lexi Ramler up next on floor. Lexi's breathtaking on floor, has a lot of difficult tumbling.
All right, Gopher fans, next up on
Shows it
floor,
off well.
Lexi Rambler.
I always look at her choke point. That's also something
Same.
to
Yeah.
mention.
Starts with a really difficult ring full, which you don't see too often.
Big
Nice
double pike.
double pike, sorry. Really dynamic leap pass right there. She is great at those split pikes. Does front double, which is new in that place of her team. Just adds to the difficulty. Jen's here with another difficult pass, a back 1.5 step through to a back double twist, wraps it around beautifully. Impressive routine. She's happy with that one, her team's excited.
It's great to see these athletes getting better and better each year, pushing the envelope, learning new skills, so that's awesome.
Yeah, it looks like Anna Loper won't be competing, but we have Paige Williams up next, and Paige is going to round out the night for us. Paige has a really, really fun routine. I love it. And really powerful tumbling, just like she has a really powerful vault.
Let's hear it for Paige Williams.
Huge first pass.
Great switch side to a straddle pole. Nice back 1.5 to front layout. She flares that 1.5 too.
She does.
That's impressive to get that much
She's
height.
got so much height. She has to.
She'll like stop midair.
Gearing up for her last pass.
The front Rudy.
So much power and sass. Love it.
Great routine for Paige.
The team loved it.
Fans, that concludes our final rotation.
Another strong rotation. They are so stacked.
Yeah.
It is going to be so hard for these coaches to put up just 6 girls. It's amazing to see.
Yeah.
Here's a replay of that first pass. That is huge. I love to see that.
Yeah, overall, I would say a really successful night, a great night for the Gophers to get out to the PAV again and dust off those nerves and get used to the equipment.
And get us excited for the 2020 season, right?
Yeah, I think the fans are ready, the Gophers are ready. I'm excited to see who they'll pick for those 6 coveted spots. Yeah.
And I can go through the Gophers schedule quickly. So the Gophers are headed to Denver on January 12th. Then they'll head over to Rutgers University on January 18th. They are back in the Maturi Pavilion on January 25th against the University of Illinois. So you'll definitely have to check back in with us. We'll be here commentating, ready to walk you through the beautiful meet. On February 1st, they're going to head over to Ohio State University. We are back in the Maturi Pavilion against the University of Iowa on February 8th. We're in the Maturi Pavilion again on the 16th versus Nebraska. They head over to Toledo, Ohio against Michigan, Penn State, Michigan State, and Maryland on the 21st and the 22nd. University of Missouri on February 28th. And then they head over to North Carolina State University in Raleigh on March 7th. They are traveling a lot. Then we are back in the Maturi Pavilion against the University of Oklahoma. Then it brings us to the postseason, which is Big Ten Championships back in Columbus, Ohio on March 21st. NCAA Regionals, April 2nd through the 4th, which is to be determined based on the final rankings. So that as they get closer to the end of season, we'll know where their regionals will be. And then hopefully, with this team, I believe so, over to nationals for April 17th through the 18th, and that will also be determined.
Right. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this 2020 season. Any parting words for tonight?
No, I think we've said it. This team is dynamic, strong, and ready for this season.
Yeah, really successful Intrasquad. Looking forward to what they'll do at Denver. So thanks for tuning in. We personally will see you again on January 25th against the University of Illinois. And have a great rest of your night. Go Gophers.